Siouxland, make some noise for KCAU-9 Sports Zone with Sports Director Anthony Mitchell and Sports Anchor Noah Sacco. Your inside look at all the local sports action begins now.
We're the OABCIG cheerleaders.
You're watching Sports Zone Playoffs Edition.
And the highlights start now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And I think they said it best. Welcome into the KCAU-9 Sports Zone Playoff Edition. For Noah Sacco, I'm Anthony Mitchell. Another week, of course, it means even bigger games.
Absolutely. And folks, we have a ton in store for you tonight. Top matchups, even bigger plays, and of course, those top stop and Player of the Week awards.
But first, we're going to start things out with our Sports Zone Game of the Week in a battle of two of the top 5 teams in the class. It's Class 1A Bryson Kohler and the Falcons taking on Trainer, led by number Ben Casey. The Falcons have won 4 of the last 5 meetings. Most recent was in 2020, part of that state championship run, led by current Hawkeye Cooper DeJean, who happens to be in attendance. Look at that. Scoreless in the first quarter. Falcons going to the ground. Opening drive. Kelton Ladwig has room to run down the sideline. Foot race to the pylon. He's pushed out at the 1-yard line. That sets up the goal line punch. Going in direct snap. They'd score. PAT no good. Falcons, though, going front 6-0 after a quarter. Second quarter, OABCIG back in the red zone. Bryson Kohler to Blake Corbin. Touchdown. 3-yard pitch and catch. 2-point attempt good. 14-0. Falcons. Cardinals looking to get something going. Danny Kinsella on the carry, running over defenders to move the chains. A big gain there, but the Falcons flex the defense. 3 minutes later, Ben Casey dropping back. His pass will be tipped. Caught for the interception by Jack Gilbert. He's making the house call. Pick 6 for the sophomore. They lead 21-7 at half. OABCIG takes care of Trainer to advance to the 1A quarters, 35-14. What a way to start the night. Nothing like some late October postseason action here in Siouxland.
Absolutely. But now it's time to get to the rest of tonight's action, starting with a top 10 Siouxland showdown between number 7 Western Christian and number 3 West Lyon. First quarter, Wildcats would be up a score, and they are at the 1-yard line in this one. Tate Hoff takes it up the middle, powering his way through for that touchdown. That puts the hosts up 14-0. To the second quarter now, it is a 14-7 game. West Lyon goes into its bag of tricks here. Hoff once again takes the handoff, pushes through the hole up for the TD. They are up 22-7. Wolfpack looking to close the gap. Caden Van Rigamorter slinging it over to Lane Mawson, who slinks his way into the end zone. It was 22-13 at half as West Lyon holds on to advance past Western Christian 29-20.
Now in Rock Rapids, CLGLR continues its title defense, putting its unbeaten record on the line against Roland Story. Lions yet to allow more than 14 points game. Early second quarter, Lions 28-0 lead. Handoff from Reese Vanderzee to Graham Even. The Iowa Hawkeyes connection for the touchdown. That makes it 35-0. Midway to the second, and Lions looking to add on to that lead. Vanderzee taking it himself. He takes it to the outside, trucking downfield, diving into the end zone. No one can catch him. 42-0. Later in the second, Central Lyon can't be stopped. Vanderzee sees an opening. He'll jet through, overpowering the Norseman. Defense passes way for the touchdown. Lions win big, 49-0.
All local matchup in the Class A bracket now. It's MMCRU and Woodbury Central, 2 of the top 3 statistical QBs in the class matching up in Mobile. Wildcats marching down the field. Talk about a dynamic duo. Drew Clunder to Eric McGill for the score. That's the 9th time they've connected for a score this season. 7-0 Woodbury Central. Royals running down the field now. They give the ball to Brayson Mulder, rumbling in from a few yards out to tie this one up. Second quarter, Clunder dropping a dime to the back of the end zone. Sam Monk is the connection. Reeling in the TD. This one goes down to the final play, but it's Woodbury Central defending home field 35-28.
In Class 3A, number 5 Sioux Center unbeaten in games they score 20 or more points. Big shout out to our friends at Dordt University for the video. Algona, though, looking for fireworks early. Quarterback Alex Mansky going deep to Landon Welp, who refuses to go down. A big play there by the visitors. That sent to the Bulldogs in the red zone. And it would be Alex Mask throwing a dart to Porter Reefer. We talked about him earlier in the day. He fights his way into the end zone for a score. Bulldogs looking to upset Sioux Center here, but it's the Warriors' turn to show off the fireworks. Brody Van Regenmorter lobbing this one up to Cade Bauer, and he makes some magic happen, scabbing his way to the end zone. Algona, though, with some tricks up their sleeve later on. But in this one, it is Sioux Center coming away with the lead, and they'd win it 28-21.
Yeah, ice cream capital of the world now. Akron Westfield continuing its playoff pursuit, taking on Logan Magnolia. First quarter, no score. Logan Magnolia's Calvin Collins pounded it in from a yard out to put the Panthers up 6-0. Still in that first quarter, Panthers holding on to that 6-0 lead. And they're going to hand it off to senior Evan Roden. He's going to take it outside, scampering along the sidelines, right into the end zone. Just like that, Panthers up 14-0. Second quarter now, same score. Akron Westfield quarterback Leighton Koch calling his own number, picking up 9 yards and a Westerner first down. Go ahead and move those chains. Logan Magnolia would keep the lead and move on as they defeat the Westerners to end their season 22-16.
Now for some local teams on the road, Lamar's looks for its first ever win against number 2 Lewis Central in the first round of the 4A playoffs. This one, all Titans getting on the board here early. Brady Hetzel to Curse. Witt does the rest. 20-yard touchdown. A team of superheroes going to slow that tandem down. Shortly after, Hetzel to Witt again for the 39-yard connection. Lewis Central simply lighting the scoreboard up. Bulldog season ends on the road, falling to Lewis Central 42-10.